Welcome back to Living 757. Distracted driving causes over 1.6 million accidents a year. Did you know that?
I would imagine, yeah.
It's one of the fastest growing problems on the road today. And April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and here to tell us more about how to prevent distracted driving accidents is Attorney David Ratz from Huffman Huffman. Hey.
What's
How are
going
you?
on, David?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I love the socks and the
yeah,
tie.
Yeah, this
Thank
guy
you.
has a sock game. Every time
Yeah.
you come on, the
Every
sock
time.
game.
I had to break out the Easter wardrobe, so.
Nicely
Obviously.
done.
Yes.
Now I'm distracted. He got the great socks on, and I have absolutely none.
Yeah.
He was distracted when he came to work, so he forgot his socks.
He didn't get the memo today, so apparently.
Yes. Well, we live in this world of busy, like why Quincy forgot his socks today.
Oh, boy.
In a world of busy when distractions are everywhere, what is the number one distraction for people who are driving and get into accidents?
Well, I think the biggest issue right now is texting and talking. You know, you take your eyes off off your driving for even 1 second and something catastrophic can happen. So, that's the biggest issue. But, there's lots of different distractions.
Yeah.
It's not just texting or talking. I mean, there's fidgeting with the radio or eating, putting on makeup, or tending to kids in the car. That can be just as distracting.
I think I'm guilty of all of those.
Yeah. Hey, Quincy,
Q?
did you hear what the biggest issue was? Distracted or?
I didn't even know. I thought the camera was on him. I'm sorry. I had a text.
I mean, that's an example. I mean, just one split second and your mind is distracted. And of course, if Quincy was driving, he probably would have just rear-ended somebody, so.
Yeah. Been there, done that, and it wasn't a good feeling.
And now we have an admission. So
Right,
there
right. And it wasn't because I was texting, but like my cord of my earplugs got hung up on something, and I looked down for a brief second, and I hit somebody from behind. So, like quick distractions can really kind of take you out. Now, what typically gets, or who typically gets in more accidents? Would you say, like what group of people?
Well, the biggest group is really drivers that are under 20. That's the biggest group of, biggest proportion of distracted driving related accidents.
Yeah.
But it is also the biggest group as far as distracted driving fatalities.
Wow.
So, that's dire consequences. Now, a little point is most people would think that's because of cell phones nowadays. But believe it or not, the biggest cause of distracted driving for teens is actually other teens in the car.
That makes absolute sense. Yeah, just
Yeah,
because
it
it's
does.
like, hey, put it on this channel, put it on this channel. I got you. Yeah.
So on that note, other than telling your teens they can't drive with anybody else in the car, what are some good ways to reduce these distracted driving accidents?
Well, one note as far as teens driving in the car, the law doesn't allow, if they just got their license for the first year,
Oh, yeah.
they can't even have another teen in the car. I know there's some exceptions to that, family members, things like that, but even after that first year, they can have up to 3, but again, there's certain exceptions that they have to follow. But as far as other things they can do, as far as setting your mirrors and adjusting things, do that before you start driving.
Yep.
Okay.
If you have to eat something, pull over, stop, grab something quick to eat, or eat something before you leave, or eat something after you go somewhere.
Right.
If you have kids in the car, have things that they can easily access,
Right.
so you don't have to be passing things over the seat or reaching over, and of course you jerk the wheel or
Wow.
whatever. So,
Well,
Been
times
there.
have changed since when I was younger, when your mother could or your parents could be driving and they could take care of something in the back seat and do that and still keep straight. Now, in the off chance that there is an unfortunate accident, who should people call, and
Well,
why?
well, absolutely. If you get in an accident for any reason and you're injured and it's of course somebody else's fault, then what you want to do is certainly get some counsel, get some advice, and the
Okay.
best person to do that is a personal injury attorney. So.
You guys.
Absolutely, and I would highly recommend the firm of Huffman Huffman, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we would there's no fee for that consultation. We don't
Gotcha.
charge you for that. I mean, what better thing to do than ask for advice right up front and as soon as possible?
Right.
soon as possible.
And who better in this area to call than the firm who has been around for 50 years with a proven track record?
And happy anniversary to you
Yeah.
guys. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
gotta,
Well, I haven't been there 50 years,
Yeah.
thank goodness. But
No, you definitely don't look old enough to have been there the whole time.
yeah, no,
but-
happy anniversary,
yes.
and that just means that you guys have been, helping Hampton Roads with injuries for a long time, and you guys are continuing to do it, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
So much.
Thank you for having us.
Brothers-in-law.
Huffman and Huffman.
There we
Hey,
go.
there you go.
Absolutely.
New. Hey, thanks again, David, for being a part of the show today and letting us know about distracted driving.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for
Thank
joining
you
us.
guys.